Welcome back to another episode of the Real Ops Podcast, where the only ops is your perception and how you looking at stuff, man. So before we get started in this episode, I need y'all to hit that like, hit that subscribe, so we can get these algorithms rolling, so more people can, be able to view this content. Uh, Today we're going into something that everybody's aware of, the whole world is talking about, and it's basically the election. You know what I'm saying? Today is actually Halloween, so next Tuesday the vote is gonna be in, the decision is gonna be made. Who's gonna be, the next head of office for the next 4 years, and shit, we're gonna get into it, man. So first of all, my brother, do you vote?
No, I voted one time in my life. That's it.
You voted one time in your life. What made you vote that one time?
It was when I was old enough to vote, and it was for Obama's second term.
Mm.
And young, black president. Oh yeah, that's what I'm voting for. Not knowing no policy, no nothing. So I just voted because he was black.
You was voting strictly because he was black.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, can't really say I knew any other policies he was talking about, or I was old enough to vote, but I wasn't like into politics.
You wasn't into politics where you was yeah.
Everybody black president.
Yeah, well, I can't knock it, y'all, because I don't vote. I'm a little bit older than Jay, but I don't vote either, and I'm gonna just tell y'all why. Because me, my position, I feel like I'm kind of like a revolutionary. I don't really go with the masses just because that's what's popular or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like whoever was sitting in that seat at the house, they just a representative figure. So at the end of the day, they can represent us by skin tone or things like that. But like, do they really represent us and based on our needs and our wants? You know what I'm saying? In our community, especially as black men. So for me, that's one of the reasons why I don't vote, because I feel like we need to be voting for ourselves in a sense to where we come together and we organizing our own thing, you know what I'm saying, that's going to help us directly and not something that's kind of like bits and pieces that they, empty promises. It's a lot of empty promises being made from elected officials. And I feel like at the end of the day, not a lot changes for us. I mean, it might be something that, changes for our kids down the line, but as long as I've been alive, I haven't really seen a whole lot of changes, you know what I'm saying, as far as the elections go. So me personally, that's why I don't vote. You know what I'm saying? Everybody entitled to their opinion, what they do, what they don't do. And I feel like with the whole political thing, people is kind of persuaded by just a conversation that the politics, like the whole debate that they have against each other. Maybe some of the older people actually like look up the policies and actually like, see what's being promised or what's being, spoke upon. But I feel like for the majority, a lot of people is just kind of like, we take Kamala for instance. Kamala. My bad. Kamala.
You're right, nigga.
My bad. We take Kamala for instance. I mean, you got a lot of people in our community that's saying, why wouldn't you vote for the black woman? You rather vote for the white man than a black woman. And for me, it's kind of choosing the lesser of two evils, because they in the White House, but there's a seat and there's a party of people up under them who really control and who really like govern the policies that they able to enforce or pass or things like that. You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about people? How you feel about just the whole people in our community that's just like, oh, you should vote for her. She a black woman.
I feel like like I said, I voted one time, right, for Obama second term. And I just, I was young, black president, you know what I mean? Now I'm older, I can see, like, when I was, when I voted the first time I was 18, I literally just turned 18, I was able to vote, you know what I mean? So I was able to see that. Now it's like, 11, 10 years, 12 years after that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lot changed for me. You know what I mean? I'm not
Right.
a kid no more. I paid, you know what I'm saying? I paid bills.
Right.
They tax me. I know about taxes now. I know about certain things that I
Right.
wasn't accustomed to at 17, 18 years old. So I have a son now, you know what I mean? So yeah, some of the issues I see, you know what I mean? You know, I'm more aware of some of the issues now. You know what I mean? Compared to 18, I'm not aware of nothing. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: like, based on who win, do you see anything changing for like us directly as a people?
But yeah, I guess if I'm being honest, I mean, well, from what I interpret from like what's been going on, like I can see like like yeah, I can see in a bad way. I feel like if like maybe if I don't I don't vote, you know what I mean? So don't take my word like, oh, you were voting for
Right. Right.
that. I'm saying that. I'm just saying like for example, like we have a lot of immigrants coming in, so I can see if that continues to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, shit. You think it's hard to get a job now? It's gonna be way harder to get a job. It's gonna be way more inflation. I was talking to one of my buddies. He started doing, I think like Postmates or
Oh,
started
okay.
doing delivery
Right.
or Uber or something.
Right.
He says like now there's so many people that it's a wait list to do Postmates and Uber. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see certain people. You know what I mean? In fact, I'm not saying the immigrants are taking the jobs or anything, but I can definitely see like you know what I mean? Getting affected. And you see, we sit here, we was talking about the other day, we sit here and we see outside, we see a lot of, the Palestine people, Israel people, and I'm not saying they're immigrants, but I don't know. Like, but they're out here asking people for money. Like Loki's starting to become like harassing a little bit. They're starting to harass people out here. You know what I mean? So I see that, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure if Kamala's gonna fix it or Kamala can fix it. I'm not sure if Trump can fix it, but I mean, from what I said, experience, I don't know. Like, yeah,
So I mean, so it's pretty safe to say
that's just
that.
one. That's just one issue I can see. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's more issues I can definitely see happening. Is this president gets in, I can see certain stuff. If this president gets in, I can see certain stuff happening. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I can definitely see certain. I'm not even sure if the presidents even have, like you said, like they're just a figurehead. So I'm not even sure if they're the ones. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's hard to kind of
No,
like.
I get where you're going with it, but I mean, you would say it's safe to say that it's going to change. Something is definitely going to change, but it ain't going to necessarily be for the better of us as a people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see
you can
nothing
see it change.
happening.
You can see it changing for the worse
Yeah,
over the better.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, don't see my rent's still gonna be the same. My my bills are still gonna be the same. I'm still, like I don't really see anything changing. You know what I mean? Kind of like earlier, we was talking about old dude came in and they was talking about $5,000 a year or something.
$6,000 a year for child care credit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Which basically add up to an extra $500 a month if you're doing the math like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're getting that check at one time, but I think we both agreed that it may be better than whatever the stipend is now for that credit, but overall, like I mean, you might be able to loosen your pants a little bit because now you don't now you can get the name brand cereal instead of what I'm saying the the
how
the,
I feel about
the
that.
toasted oats.
I
But
feel about that. It's almost like it just reminds me of like when COVID was happening, when they was giving people all these incentives to get the shot. It's like, oh, if you get a shot, you can get a free Krispy Kreme donut. You can get a free sandwich from Jersey Mike's. You can get you know what I mean? Not saying Jersey Mike. I'm just saying like
no,
I
yeah,
saw a lot of incentives of. So it's like do this for us, and then we'll give you 6,000. You know what I mean? It's like can't explain that. It's almost like dangling
no,
something in front of your face so you can get my vote or you can get
for
my, you know what I mean?
for
So
sure,
that part I don't like. I don't like that shit. You know
and
what I mean?
I feel like that's part of the game. That's what politicians do. I mean, because at one point in time, Donald Trump even said he was on the Democratic Party, and then he switched to the other side. So it's kind of a situation to where it's kind of like I look at it like the prosecutor and the DA, although they serve two different roles, they still on the same team.
Mm.
So ultimately, it's their job as officials that's trying to be elected president. It's their job to dangle something to make it sound enticing, to what I'm saying, to further the chances of them getting picked in the office, and what I'm saying, getting their votes up. Because I feel like both sides, Trump say stuff that sound good. Kamala may say stuff that sound good. Like she put out something promising, $20,000 for entrepreneurs or whatever. I don't
Like
want
it'd
to
be
go
like
into the
first
facts,
time home
right?
buyers. Yeah.
But the
So
viewers, y'all know what I'm talking about, and it's like that sounds good, but who's to say once she's actually in there, the people that she got to go through to get that approved is going to be on side with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Congress and different branches of the Senate, they might not even be with that. They're like, nah, we know you promised the people that, but that's not even realistic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's always an element of we going to tell y'all pretty much what y'all need to hear or what we feel like y'all need to see to make us the more convincing of the two. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, like, I feel like going back to what I said before, the changes that are going to be made, they may be like global with like trading and you know what I'm saying, importing goods and stuff like that. But when it come down to the people I know that live in LA, Compton, Long Beach, the president don't really affect that. It's always the more local officials like the governors and people like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can rally up our votes and go with this party because they look like us, but you know what I'm saying? That don't always add up, man. So
Yeah. One thing I don't like about election. I mean, you know what? It's like I do like it because of entertainment, but I don't like it because it's like confusing people. You know what I mean? Like let's say you have two candidates, you never, if you're not into politics like that, you're not gonna know these new governors, new people that's on the TV. You know what I mean? But when they come out with commercial, like the commercial was like he locked the girl in the car and forced him to have sex with him, and
slander.
Then
Slander.
and then the next episode is something saying bad about her. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, what do you know? Like, what do you like? Where do you? You know what I'm saying? What do you?
No,
What do you make of that?
and it's like what are you basing your vote on? Because they're not talking about processes or they're not talking about specific plans so much. They just bad mouthing each other. Yeah, they just bashing each other, slandering each other to the point to where it's kind of like now you got nothing but negative things to point out about this person, but you can't really say nothing positive about the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
I feel like every 4 years they do that because in the midst of leading up to the election, maybe like 4 months before the election, they start putting out stuff. But it's like you've been in the house for the last 4 years and you haven't been like talking about things that you plan to do while you in there if you get reelected again. Because I know like
and my bad. Even if they did talk about that stuff, right? Like, because like you said, like, oh, they don't talk about it for it. They probably could talk about it, right? But it's like that's not being pushed as far as these commercials being like. I see these commercials being pushed more than what y'all agenda is, what y'all plan is. You know what I mean? And I have a problem with that too. It's like, you guys raise all this money for during election season. Well, yeah, literally, like I said, we sit here, right? I don't know if I can see in the window, but it's a trash can right here. Y'all raise all this money for election season, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we probably see about at least 8-9 people dig out this trash can every single day.
Elbow deep.
Every single day.
All the way in the trash can.
So that's one thing I don't like too. I see all this money y'all are able to raise, but there's people every single day. I see at least 8 to 10 people dig out that trash can every single day. People ask for money. Every single day. So it's like I don't get it. I don't get how y'all can have so much money and that's the other thing too. Y'all got so much money to put on TV to just bash this person when there's real people out here, homeless people out here. There's people out here struggling. You know what I mean?
For sure.
all that millions, y'all can help some people. You feel me? I mean,
No,
I don't
yeah,
know. So it's a lot of
definitely
things that I
because
see.
that bring up a good point because we know they got the money to help people because as we all know, I was just reading something where the illegal immigrants you gonna get where they offer them like $300 a week in unemployment, and it's like so you got money to take care of people that's just coming over here, whether they seeking asylum or whatever it is, they just coming over here. But we got homeless vets, we got all these other people that actually played a role in the country that they don't get no love. Y'all seen the
Yeah,
videos when they was first coming over here and they was housing the immigrants into the
hotels and stuff.
hotels and the airports. They was kicking the vets out. Man, y'all gotta go. Make room for these people. And they
Yeah,
giving them money, promising them, you know what I'm saying? It's just like we don't know how true that is because we not immigrants, so we can't see if they actually getting, you know what I'm saying, food stamp cards and
but
all
I
this
mean,
stuff.
as like kind of like you said, like people like in L.A. and Compton, people in the hood, like we like it's funny too. Cause I remember watching like like the parties, the Trump talk and then Kamala talking. Like some of the stuff they're saying, I can believe that, right? Like as they're saying it, I'm believing it. You know what I mean? Then I drive to work and like I said, I'm seeing something completely different. Like with my eyes, I'm seeing something completely different from what y'all talking about. It's like I don't know what y'all talking about. So I see this. Like I don't know. I've been affected by that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been affected by this. I've been affected by that. So it's like my perspective is, I guess, different. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, it's like y'all raised all this money, and then people are homeless, and you want me to vote? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can have it. Like, whoever. Like like is that going to help the people? Is that going to help? You know what I mean? Like
Nah, yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know.
And I know some of y'all, especially the older generation, I know some of y'all is gonna be like, well, you know what I'm saying? If you don't vote, you can't make a change. And that's to each his own. I understand like y'all struggle was different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all coming through civil rights era where y'all fought for rights and stuff like that. But like in hindsight of that, you gotta really ask yourself, what has my vote changed? How has my vote changed the dynamic of my family or the newer generations that we see today? Not saying that it hasn't changed at all, but those promises that were made back then, some of those promises still being made today, 50 years later, 60 years later. And it's like you got to kind of just be able to put things in perspective and understand that that's the game of the politicians.
You got like an example, like specifically, like 50 years ago that they talk about today?
Well, just basic like basic equality. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Basic equality. How
yeah.
other races and other groups of people can come over here in this country and they get put before us. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, we looking for a handout, but that comes in the ways of getting approved for business loans, getting certain things for houses that people trying to we're put some of our applications are not even, you know what I'm saying, processed and stuff like that. And we know that, you know what I'm saying? And the elders know that too. And it's not to for me, that's why I don't vote. Because I can never really count on somebody who or parties who like degraded my people and you know what I'm saying, always looked and thought less of my people to all of a sudden after 5, 6 generations for that dynamic to change. I don't see it like that. So yeah.
Even to that one client I had, she was talking about how the electoral vote, the popular vote.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, they created the electoral system because when the black people had the rights to votes, they needed a way to
They
discredit their votes in the first place. You know what I mean? So just knowing that and then thinking like, yeah, I'm not voting. Like they don't, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been Donald Trump. I think it was like George Bush. I think the two recent presidents that won they won the electoral vote, but they didn't win the popular vote.
oh
So that
yeah.
means
Right.
more people in the country voted for this person. You know what I mean? And
Right.
they still,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of, it's just too many, like, you know what I mean? Too
Too many
many
different variables
weird,
that you
you know what I
can't.
mean? Weird things I see that's like off to make me really have I'm gonna go vote. I'm gonna go change, you know what I mean? Like, I hope the world today I voted, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like, you know what I mean? It's almost like, yeah, it's like that's not a good, not saying that's not a good deed, but it's like I don't know, like you think feeding the homeless is more important than voting? You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like you can change. You have more impact changing people by feeding the homeless, or you know what I mean, giving out a free
Yeah,
haircut. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You can inspire change more than that. You
because
know what I mean?
and not only that, like you can really drive a reason for somebody to vote if you implementing stuff that people can actually see.
Exactly.
Like you saying, man, we live in California. You know, for the viewers that don't know, if you go down to I ain't gonna even say Skid Row, you just go downtown LA, and this where I'm born and raised. You know what I'm saying? I always have love for LA in my heart. But if you go downtown LA right now, man, it look like a third world country.
Yeah.
They got tent cities, people with toilets on the street. Like
Yeah.
it's and to me it's like I know that's more local to the state that has to do with like the assembly that runs the state, the governors and stuff like that, which is probably what we should be focused on vote for. But at the end of the day, everything is like kind of like trickles down. So in my opinion, if they wanted to do something, if they wanted to fix that problem, bro, it's not hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard. We can send money to other countries for war and
Accidentally send money.
for all this other stuff. But you mean to tell me since I've been a kid, you ain't been able to change the homeless population in LA?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Or like you said, y'all accidentally sent money to the Ukraine, right? It's in like hundred millions, if not like $1 billion or something. Accidentally sent that to Ukraine. Meanwhile, you know, milk is going up, eggs is going up, diapers is going up, formulas going up, all these groceries is going up. You know what I mean? Gas going up. You know what I mean? Clothes going up. Everything going up. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Yeah,
we struggling, and we see y'all giving money to other people. It's like, damn, I've worked at this job for 10, 20 years. You know what I mean? This nigga just got hired. You gonna give him a raise? He don't
for
know how to do
sure.
half the shit I do. Like,
For
I've been
sure.
working. I've been loyal employee. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should get. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not asking for a handout, but I was old boy getting more money than me. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, you know what I'm saying, paying taxes, doing this, helping the community,
Yeah.
being homeless. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And not only
yeah,
that, like look at it like more like just within inside the states. Like we just had all these hurricanes and floods and all this different stuff that's going on. Man, they promised them people. They didn't even promise them a ban. Things like $750 or something like that. And to come to find out, that was a loan. If you read in the fine print, to where that's not even money that you can, you know what I'm saying, actually take and feel comfortable about.
yeah,
A
pay that
lot of
shit back
people, yeah, a lot of people was like, I don't even want it because ultimately it's like
because
I
y'all
don't.
interest. I'm gonna have
If
to pay
I
that
just
shit back.
lost everything, the home that I built, my family, we lost everything. We literally don't have nothing but the clothes on our back. It's unpredictable where I'm going to be at in a year. You know what I'm saying? So to sign on to something that's just a loan and that could possibly come back against me, and now y'all want to take my property. Nah, I just roll the dice and keep thugging it. You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying? It's like we don't even want your handout, man,
Yeah.
because we see what y'all can do for other people that y'all don't even identify with, but we supposed to feel comfortable, and that's bad. To where you don't even feel comfortable taking money.
Yeah. You gonna try RS gonna come after me, my paycheck, something. I'm gonna go to court.
Yeah, you be
I'm
garnishing
gonna
my
end up I'm
wages,
gonna end up
whatever it may.
missing I'm gonna end up losing more money because going to court, fighting this off, you know what I'm saying, missing days at work. I'm gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, losing
Yep.
in the long run, you know what I mean? And kind of that's how I feel about, I feel like that's how I feel about some of the stuff, they'll say, like, oh, like, give $6,000 or something, like anything, like, or even when Trump's in office, PPP loan and all that stuff. It's like, some way, somehow, y'all gonna have to pay that back. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean?
for
Some
sure.
way, somehow, it's not like, even if I got $6,000, you know what I mean? And okay,
Yep.
cool. You know what I mean? Extra $6,000. It's like, I'm thinking, okay, someone's gonna have to give. It's like the groceries are gonna go up more expensive, the housing market is gonna go up more expensive. the gas is something's going to have to give. You know what I mean? So
we know
you know
that
what I mean?
money got to
Like,
come from somewhere.
somewhere. It's not going
It's
to
not
just
just
come.
flying out the air and they got to
Not going
sit
to just
around. They
come.
creating a
Yeah.
budget for that based on what's going to go up, what prices we going to inflate over here to be able to shovel these people this bread
The
that we
school
wasn't
districts,
giving
you
them.
know what I mean? Less
Whatever
money
it may
to
be for it. Take
school,
less money
less
out to
college
school.
tuition, less
Exactly.
college. You know what I mean? The college tuition is going up. You know what I mean?
Something got to be sacrificed.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? For every gain, there's a sacrifice. So
Yeah.
it's just the whole political game. You know, that just reinforced why I don't put the confidence in that whole system. You know what I'm saying? And I got family members, you know what I'm saying, who may watch this, may not. Y'all gonna be like, oh, what's wrong with you? Well, I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Because I would ask you the same thing. How has your vote changed your dynamic, you know what I'm saying, for you personally without going and getting another job, without saving extra money, without like it's not systems in place that we can say this president did this and now we're able to benefit more because of it.
Yeah.
At least not for us as a people. You know what I'm saying? Other groups and other races, ethnicities, yeah, I'm sure they can put their finger on specific stuff. You know what I'm saying? That has happened for them. That kind of better.
You know what I don't like about it's a lot of things I don't like about the election, man. Another thing I don't like about the election, right? So let's say if two people are arguing about who's the GOAT in basketball, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? One person might think LeBron, the other person, obviously Michael. They're going to have their issues or the reasons why this is better, you know, whatever they say. Cool. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, y'all not like, you know, like that's your opinion. You know what I mean? You'll be more prone to respect each other's opinion off basketball.
Right.
If so, you have two people, and I've seen it like before. We've seen it in here. You know what I'm saying? Like someone might be going for Trump, someone might be going for Kamala. It's like World War III. It's like they get emotional. We see all the debates. You know what I mean? They get mad. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like a division. You know what I mean? It's like me liking LeBron and you liking Michael Jordan. That shouldn't divide us. But it's like you liking Trump and me liking Kamala. That's going to divide. It's like, or if someone doesn't vote, you know what I mean? You can have somebody don't vote, and you still whichever side you pick. If you choose Kamala, it's gonna be people, you know what I mean, not like your decision. If you like Trump, there's people gonna not like your decision. If you don't vote, it's still gonna be people that don't like your decision. So that's like a division. Like I don't like that either. It's like respect my opinion. I don't see the change. Like I don't see, you know what I mean? I don't see the importance of doing that. You know what I mean? Like
that's a good point.
I mean, and that's one thing too, right? Like let's say if you go vote, like if you go, like you want to change, right? You want to change, right? And you go vote, and then the next day you just sit at the house and play 2K. Nigga, nothing's going to change. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you still are doing the same things, like nothing's going to change. Like, you know what I mean? If you still have the same mindset, like what's going to change? Like, you know, you're just, it's almost like you're waiting for this person to get in office, and then my life is going to get like, nah, that's like, if you want me to believe that shit, nah, bro. You might not like me, bro. Like, cause that's not even how life works. Yeah, I'm not gonna like. My life is going like if Kamala gets in office, my life is gonna change. If Trump gets in office, my life is gonna drastically change. Like, no,
it's gonna change when you make change. And do something different.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I agree because I feel like you know, we got two separate parties. And if you look at it like you want, like you said, it's a division. So you got the red and the blue. You got the Crips and the Bloods. And it's like at the end of the day, if there's no middle ground for like a truce or be able to like be solution based, because it's not like either party is going to ever agree or ever come to terms to where it's kind of like, all right, well, if I win, I'm still going to support some of the things for the betterment of the people. Just like the debates. Everybody just want to be right. Nobody is coming up there with a solution to agree on, okay, well, can we both agree? Even if we both agreeing to disagree. Nobody is
we can't agree to disagree. You know
nobody's coming with a solution.
That's funny. You know what I mean? We can't agree to disagree. Yep.
And it's just that leave us like as a people that leave us at a standstill. You know what I'm saying? And that's like that post I sent you from Riza Islam. I mean, I support his views just the same.
Yeah.
If we're not looking to change the condition of us, and we know that takes change from within.
Exactly.
I don't sit there waiting, like he said, waiting for master to come and you know what I'm saying, put some food on my plate.
Yeah.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
it ain't never been like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, why would it be like that now in 2024 when things is even harder and more, you know, just life is only getting harder. You know what I'm saying? As far as us go as a people. And that's, I feel like that's on us because we've seen term after term after term that nothing is changing, but we still sit back and, oh, this the great white hope, or this the great black hope, or whatever it may be. And it's just kind of like we identifying with stuff that don't really include us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's crazy how the whole world is buzzing. And what was that? Oh, that was a little Scrappy. I seen something where he posted where he was like, I know everybody that said they not vote for Kamala. If you don't vote for Kamala, I can't mess with you no more. You ain't black. You ain't this. And it's like, it's Crips and Bloods. You gangbanging on me now because of my opinion, because of how I see things. Now you want to gangbang on me, huh? Now I'm not. Now it's not cool. And it's like,
that reminds me of when Joe Biden said, like, "Oh, if you're not black, if you don't vote for me." Like, nigga, what, nigga? Hey, I'm not black. Like, if I don't vote for you, I'm not black. Like, yeah, like that's the shit that, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you're right. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not black. Like, if I get pulled over by a police officer, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shit. People look at, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy though. Yeah, they'll judge you for, you know, like, I don't know. I think that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, you judging somebody for their opinion. You know what I mean? That's their opinion.
For sure.
And,
For sure.
you know what I mean?
And that's why I like, you know, I pay attention to a little bit because it's kind of like it's in your face during this time of the year. You know what I mean? And there's things that, yeah, I would hope that they true based on where I'm trying to take my life. You know what I'm saying? Like things like gun rights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I plan to like venture into that business. You know what I'm saying, with the firearms, but it's kind of like I can't count on that. I got a plan based on if nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, that's just how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Create, supply your own heat. That's just, and however you see that or however you interpret that, it's like we gotta supply our own heat. We gotta create our own conditions. You know what I'm saying? Us as a people, we spend $1 trillion a year pretty much enriching other communities. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've been talking about that since, you know, they was trying to end segregation.
Yeah.
So
But no, yeah, like you said earlier, it's about like how, you know, both sides, they can't even agree or disagree. You know what I mean? Like for me, right? Like I can look at, I don't vote. Like I said, I don't, whatever. Like I can look at one side and I can find you like one or two things I like about this side.
right.
I can look at the other side and I can find you one or two things I like about the other side.
Right.
It's like when I feel like when people are on one side, they can't.
Oh yeah,
For the most part, I feel like they can't tell you one or two things good side about this, and vice versa. They can't tell you one or two things good side about, you know what I mean? So it's like almost like it's like they're, I don't know, man. I feel like they're getting you to be emotional, not like I can't, you know what I mean? Not like
not logical.
really.
Not logical.
Like how can you not come and have a logical conversation? You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? Your first reaction is to be offended that you can even like someone like this or like someone like
based
that.
on how
you know
you
what I mean?
feel.
So,
Yeah.
oh, you're not black if you don't vote. Come on, I can't mess with you. Like what? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like
yeah.
So
Yeah. Nah, that's heavy, man, and that's why I've never really like try to dive into politics, or you know what I'm saying, let it weigh too much on me, because you know that's something that's been around, and it's, you know, it's something that's gonna always be around in a certain sense. And every time of year when that comes, people gonna form their opinions, and you know, household gonna be divided. You know what I'm saying? At least for that little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like everybody go back to their same, you know what I'm saying, same routine or whatever. You're gonna talk about me from November, December, January, but by the time March come, now it's kind of like that done went out the back of your head. You're not even thinking about that no more.
Maybe I said maybe just how I see the world. But I remember before Trump got elected. Remember, like a lot of black people didn't like him. A lot of black people did not fuck with him. Like now, it's like I feel like a lot of people. I feel like a lot of black people change their minds. Like they like Trump now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You can come into a situation that no, this person do. You know what I mean? And actually, after time goes by, it's like no, he. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. So you already have a prejudged notion, and I don't know. It's just like a lot of. You know what I mean? Like left, you know what I mean? This person saying that, this person saying that. Oh, well, you like this person because this, or I don't know. It's just a lot of bullshit, really. You know what I mean? A lot of bullshit.
I feel you on that. So, like, since we speaking about solutions, that's my next question I'm gonna ask you. Like, us as a people, like, where do it start? Where do you think it starts for us to like start to change our situation? It's not gonna change overnight because you're gonna always have them people that's gonna be playing both sides. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got people that you think down with you, and then you find out they wearing a wire and they actually working for the other side. So it's kind of like, where do you think we start as a people to be able to like slowly change the situation for us? Like, where does that start in your mind?
Probably starts with like yourself. Starts with yourself. Starts with yourself. I don't know. Maybe it may start with God. You know what I mean? Start with God, but start with yourself. The person in the mirror. Your thoughts, your actions, you know what I mean? Trying to be better, trying to help other people out. So really just your surroundings, you know what I mean? Your family, your surroundings, your girl, your mom, your brother, you know what I mean? The people that you're around, your coworkers, it starts with you, you know what I mean? And it's an energy thing, I feel like energy is contagious, you know what I mean? So, you start with you, you're in a good mood, you're positive, you might read your Bible, you know what I mean? So you might reflect some knowledge on somebody else, you know what I mean? So it's been plenty of time, I told you, or, you've seen it before where people will come in, it's like, man, like, that was a good, I needed that talk. I needed to hear that, you know what I mean? So it just starts in your circle, you know what I mean? And hopefully that, starts with you, you change, make that change. Somebody might come along who was in a bad mood and may not see something from your perspective. You give them your perspective, and then, I never looked at it like that. Oh, yeah, you are maybe right. Oh, I didn't need to hear that. You know what I mean? So now they go off in the world, and they might, say the same thing to somebody else that they, you know what I mean? So it's just a domino effect. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, I feel like that's more helpful than voting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, the way you treat people and the way the way you, inspire change, inspire thought. You know what I mean? Inspire. You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure.
That could be more helpful than, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to ignite, you know what I mean?
Ignite change.
You know what I mean? Ignite stuff, you know what I mean? And motivate, you know what I mean? Encourage, more of that, more encouraging.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
less social media, less looking at social media, looking at what everyone else has, everyone else is doing, you know what I mean? So it's a lot. Well, yeah, starts with yourself though, I feel like.
Yeah, so I'm gonna answer that too. For me, I mean, I'm gonna pretty much ride off what you said. It's like being an inspiration for change. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, yeah, I grew up, you know what I'm saying, Christian in the Baptist church and all that stuff like that. But as I got older, I started to really like read the Quran and understand like the other side and the teachings, you know what I'm saying, of Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan. And something that they always said was do for self or suffer the consequences. And it's kind of like now it's more important now than ever that we got to do for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I try to inspire those that I encounter just by trying to do for myself. That's why, like, you know, me and the wife, we growing our own food. We, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do those things, and by me doing that, hopefully, I can inspire somebody else to do that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? One person at a time, and then maybe they'll take it back to their household, and then somebody will see that and they get inspired.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a long process, but it's not something that's out of reach if as long as like we stick to focusing on ourselves.
Yeah.
And like you said, you know what I'm saying? Raising the family up, you know what I'm saying? Making God the center of your life, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much going off of that, man, to where that's the focus. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Paying attention where we spend our money, how we spend our money, who we spend our money with.
Time too.
Yeah,
Your time. Who
yeah,
you spend your time with?
yeah. Time is a big thing.
Who you
Time
spend your
is a
time
big
with?
thing.
You know what I mean? I was talking to one of my homies, just like I feel like, yeah, I feel like the majority of the people I hang around with, like, you know, they're like good people. They have good hearts. They have good energy. You know what I mean? I remember even my girl, she met two of my friends. They're like, "Oh, your friends are like so cool, chill. They're cool, chill, and that. You know what I mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's like the people I hang
That's
around
my
with. They're
vibe. That's
cool,
my
chill,
energy. That's my
not crazy, and
yeah.
it's like, yeah." So I try to keep that vibe, like, you try to keep that cool, chill presence. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I support it, like, you know, because I don't try to give my energy to, you know, I don't try to give my
Bullshit.
energy to bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't try to give my energy to that. You know what I mean? And honestly, I can't even afford to do that shit no more.
Yeah.
I got a kid now. I can't even be bothered with the energy. You know what I mean? So I struggle with having good energy. I have to pray on that. You know, I have to ask God, like, man, please fix my tone, fix my attitude, fix my, you know what I mean? Like, cause I can be out of line sometimes, or I can, in my way, you know, I can have like a, you know, like an attitude or a spirit in me. You know what I mean? That's like not right, or not saying I'm not evil or anything, but just like, man, get rid of this
Right, you know that's
mindset,
not
get rid of
right.
this, like, you know, get this weird
You
little
know
feeling I'm having.
that's
This
not a
weird,
righteous thought.
yeah, it's not. I'm not feeling like how I'm supposed to be feeling. I'm not feeling like you know, grateful for, you know, now you just waking me up today. You know what I mean? I'm still
Yeah,
complaining about this and that, like.
yeah.
So yeah, I try to be more grateful in that. Yeah, that's something I have to pray about. You know, I have to pray and ask God to help me. You know what I mean? To be better, be stronger, be mentally. You know what I mean? Strong. You know what I mean? So I think we was talking about the other day just about spiritual warfare, man. It's a real thing, man. So it's a real thing. You have to understand. You know, it's crazy. You know, I meant to play it earlier, man. But I was watching something last night about this dude that he died, and or yeah, he died. He died, and then he, like, God took him to heaven and hell, and what he was just saying was just crazy. It's about like you know, just the afterlife and like your energy and like all that stuff. I'm gonna play it for you later, but just yeah, just that's a real thing. You know what I mean? Protecting your energy and your spirit, and it's like,
Yeah,
yes, it's really it's
yeah.
deep, man. It's deep. That's the point I meant to bring up. So he said God let him see like the devil at a table. So the devil was at a table with all these evil spirits, and he said they operate off hate and fear. You know what I mean? They hate human beings and they fear God. You know what I mean? So their whole plan is just to fuck up. You know what I mean? Fuck up your shit. You know what I'm saying? And even when we was listening to Charleston White, he was saying about like how
Oh yeah,
the devil, like he's not no ugly nigga. He's a beautiful.
yeah.
He's in human form. You
He's
know
a
what I mean? He's
flashy
the.
rapper.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like he said.
You know what I mean? His voice is angelic. You know what I mean? He's talking about how like you know, like God never made no dumb angels, and when Satan fell from heaven, I'm not trying to get biblical or go off track, but saying when he fell from heaven, he took a third of the angels with him. So he's able to deceive a third of God's army, you know what I mean? And God don't make stupid angels. So that should let you know how he operates, you know what I mean? So like I said, not to get into, but I'm just
Nah,
saying,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure,
Like, yeah, man, so the warfare, man, they're really trying to, you know what I mean? And
for sure.
you gotta be in tune with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in tune with God, try to be, but
Sure.
yeah, it's real, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, yeah, for sure. But shit, I'm gonna end it with this because this is something that stuck with me. I seen a post earlier where the guy was saying that like a lot of people try to make God like a part of their life, a part of their day, pray in the morning, you know, talk to God on certain situations. But it's like God can only, if you only make God a part of your life, then He can only touch a part of your life. And at the end of the day, His message was we got to make God the center of our life. You know what I'm saying? To where our decisions, our thoughts, the things that we eat, everything we do has a center around, you know what I'm saying? The righteousness that pretty much God had intended for us. And I feel like that goes back to like we saying, doing for self, not being persuaded by certain. You know what I'm saying? Because if we look at it like you said from a spiritual standpoint, it's warfare. It's warfare, and we living in times that you can go and you can read about right now. You know what I'm saying? Revelations, other different books. You know what I'm saying? You can go and read about things that are pretty much
happening today,
translating right
right
now,
now.
today.
That stuff in Palestine, that's woo,
So it's kind of like
it's in the Bible.
if you're not putting God at the center of your life and you know what I'm saying, put him before everything that you do, then like I said, like the brother said, he can only touch a part of your life. And you know, us being on a podcast, like we can only touch a part of your spirit. We can only touch a part of your mind. It's for you to take something, you know what I'm saying, that was fruitful for you to be able to go back and, you know, translate it to your family, whether it's good or bad, open up that dialogue.
Faith without works is dead.
That's it.
Without the work, that shit don't mean nothing.
That's it. So
yeah.
I don't think there's nothing else to say, because I mean, once God entered the room, like, you got to kind of be quiet, and that's pretty much where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how these conversations always
lead back to God.
Always
everything.
always find a way to lead back to God, and that's one of the things. Because when we sit here talking, before we go into it, I pray, God, be my voice, be my thoughts, be my, you know what I'm saying? Because I know people gonna be judged, but as long as God know where my heart is at, and where when we get up here on this platform and we talk and we try to give back to the audience, it's only coming from a place of, you know, of righteousness. So, man, that's sum it up for me, man. You got anything else you want to add?
Oh yeah, just like you're saying, like, you know, like I said, like, I pray all. Like, I was praying this morning, and you know, like, I feel like everyone thinks like, oh no, God is great, God is good. Like, yeah, sometimes I talk to God like my homie, like, damn nigga, like, damn nigga, what's going on, bro? Like, damn nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll say that, I don't mean to cuss, but damn nigga, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to him like he my homie, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I need to, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Like, why is this happening? Like, I'm trying to get answers, trying to, you know what I'm saying, remember stuff, asking him to, you know, whatever I need, I'm asking. Like, I'm not saying I'm asking, oh, I need $1,000, I need, like, give me guidance, man. Give me, I mean, help me with my spirit, man. Help me be a better person. Help me be a better leader. Help me be a better father. Help me be a better son. Help me be a better brother. Help me be a better barber. Help me be a better person. Help me, you know what I mean? Like, help me, you know what I mean? Forgive me for my sins too. You know what I mean? Make me better. You know what I mean? So,
for sure,
it's a lot, man. It's deep. It's deep right now, for sure. You know what I mean? So, you gotta be in tune, man. You gotta be in tune.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, shit. Hopefully, if you know, if y'all sat down and y'all was in the room with us, hopefully, like I heard somebody say, get in tune with us. So if you know, get in tune with some of the things that we saying. You know, try to make God the center of your life, and you know, keep watching the episodes. I mean, it's only gonna get better. The topics will get, you know what I'm saying, more elaborate, and you know what I'm saying, like we said, because we God fearing men, God is gonna always enter the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just sum it up with that. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all as always for tapping in, man. And hopefully, for your sake, if you vote or vote not, hopefully you will see the things that, you know, inspired you or motivated you to vote. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for us as a people, we gotta do for ourselves or suffer the consequences, man. And it's just like that. Like Jay said, faith without works is dead, and that starts with you. So that's gonna be it, y'all. We thank y'all for tapping in. Like, comment, subscribe, send it out. Y'all know what it is, man. Real Ops Podcast every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We try not to miss no episode. We're gonna keep the ball rolling while we got this momentum, man. Y'all stay blessed, and hope for the best, prepare for the worst, man, because we don't know, you know what I'm saying, where the world is going and what's gonna change, or what may or may not change after the election. So I hope all y'all stay blessed and stay prayed up, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Yep.